we learned hard with our first go live with AI agents that we just went live using FAQ. And what we learned quickly is like, oh my God, it doesn't know this stuff. Customers asking follow-up. It doesn't know this stuff. Customers asking this one. We don't have a knowledge because FAQ is super limited. So our recommendation is really focus on the content you provide to AI agent, focus on the knowledge you will give it, because having a very detailed knowledge that is more focused on providing the context instead of telling how to talk to the customer. And this is how we train human people. You're not telling them, if customers say this, you always must reply in this way. When you train human people, you're training them by providing them context so they can process it. Not sure if you've seen it if you played it with AI agents, but we learned it many times that it's important, and it's very important for us when we onboard our customers to help them to improve these return policies, to improve this content, to make it sounds better. And this is what Mandy said, that like they have a person responsible for this. So what this person is doing is just adding the content, adding the knowledge that is by default missing in the FAQ. So you can start with a good content from the beginning if you have space to prepare it, or you should expect that you will need to be adding all of this missing information with the flow. If you have any questions, just raise the hand. I'm more than happy to deep dive in all of the details. Let's go.
So basically saying, I will implement that in this policy, detailed policy, but it will expect the AI to answer a very short
Exactly.
at the end, but just a better one based on this
Exactly.
information.
AI agents should have access to the extensive detailed knowledge about your business. It's more like talking about what's your policy, what's your staff, like how does it look, what are the rules. And it's very smart and very good to picking up the right information from this and craft this message. And this is like what we see the best results, because using this context, it can answer any kind of question. Awesome, let's move forward. I've seen this many times. People expect that AI agent will learn from the historical tickets. And it's very wrong assumption. And I will give you a clear example why. There is an email ticket coming to the customer service saying, hey, I'm super disappointed. It's been already 5 days after estimated delivery time. Tracking shows that it's out of delivery for the last week. What's going on? So this is the one record on the email ticket, customer question. And then there is the agent reply, Tom, very sorry for what did happen. I've just reshipped your order with a priority delivery. Your order will be within the 3 days. I also want to show you a $50 discount code. Here we go. Everything what happened between this message from Tom and reply from agent, we don't see it in the history of the ticket. Agent was doing some kind of stuff behind the scenes to solve this problem. And in this case, agent was probably aware of what's the policy for shipping. Agent was able to check where is the order. Agent was able to maybe call FedEx to see what's going on with a package. Agent was able to see, oh my God, it's stuck already for a couple of days, so we have a policy to reship the order for free, and to make customer happy, I will create a discount code. These are the things that we don't see in the history of the tickets. So if someone expects that AI agent will be able to become super smart person, and just by reading the history of the tickets, it's not possible. Because there is a set of actions that AI agents need to be trained, needs to be told, needs to be integrated with your systems to really deliver on. And this is something I've heard many times. These are the expectations customers are coming to us and saying, hey, like, can you read my history? I have 1 million of tickets and make it smart. Like we'll say, we're sorry, we shouldn't do it because tickets only show the problem and the solution, but it doesn't show what's the path to the solution. And for the AI agent to be successful, it needs to be trained how to find the solution.
Yeah, otherwise, it's just going to give all your customers $50 discounts.
Exactly. Exactly. And probably you will find a lot of different replies for the same problem. And like AI agent will have like 50 different solutions, maybe with the same problem. So the chances that it will make a right decision is equal to 0.
Maybe it's worth noting as well, Maciek, that it's also a point in time view as well.
Yeah.
The policies also change. So your answer to that a year ago is probably different than it is today. And so it's just another reason that that data can be so errant in how, in training.
Yeah. What is good and what we're using history of tickets is to understand contact reason. So we can at least understand what are the key problems we should focus to train AI agent to solve. And second problem, what we're also doing, we're understanding not only the problem, by types of the solutions. So whenever we're working with our customers, we're trying to understand, okay, the problem is delayed order, but the agent to solve this problem did reship, provide estimated delivery time, and issue the discount code. So we're also trying to understand what are the solutions, because this will help us to understand, okay, in order to make this AI agent successful, it needs to be able to replicate these specific actions like reshipping order, issuing the refund, creating a discount code. So historical data are really good source of the statistics and numbers where you should focus on. We're covered already this also in our AI agent masterclass. We're happy to share the links, but this is something we've seen on the market that there is an expectations, super hard to deliver on this. Next one. Oh, sorry, there's a question.
I was gonna ask, like in that situation, what if the customer, like, we're saying, yeah, we're gonna reship it when that's actually not something we do, and the customer keeps asking the chatbot until it says it does? How do you kind of deal with that? As far as is like if someone's forcing the chatbot to give the answer they want.
Oh, I mean,
which
there
might
is
put you in line
there are
with
these techniques we have behind the scenes, like the reasoning loop and preventing like looping and recognizing if someone's reiterating the question. You know, all of these mechanisms that we as a vendor needs to have, like prompt injections, all of this prevention to avoid this kind of stuff. So this is definitely on our side to protect our customers. This was one of the things that it's super hard for me was able to understand at the beginning, because as I told you, when I get the first version of GPT, I was super crazy excited, and I was looking at the GenAI ChatGPT as this kind of beautiful brain who people have just created, and everyone really thinks that AI agent is just this beautiful brain that can do everything. But if you think about technology behind the scenes, this miracle just disappeared, because the way every AI agent works is that it gets a piece of text, like, for example, to help, these 2 words. It goes through the large language model, so this technology we're all excited. And the goal of this large language model is to predict the best word that should be the next one. So the way AI agent works behind the scenes, there's no brain. It's just a statistic that will say, to help, the best matching word to help will be to help you. And then it will take to help you, put to this large language model, and get with. And then this with will go to help you with, and so on and so on. So if you're thinking about what really AI agent is, so it's using behind the scenes this large language model technology, but it's just a text generation machine. There's no brain. Like, it's as good as a, of course, platform and product you're using to manage what kind of text it needs to generate. But technically, we shouldn't look at the AI agents as some kind of black box that is amazing and can do some kind of crazy stuff, and it can think, because it cannot think. What it does is just generating the text with some kind of statistic. This is why Mandy shares that it's so human, so conversational, because it is really great in generating a very greatly well-matching response. But in order to make sure that this response is correct from the business perspective, there is like the set of different technologies behind the scenes, like Zawi, like vendor, like Zawi needs to have in place to make it work. So I think that there is this expectation today that AI agent thinks. Unfortunately, they don't think. We feel that they think, but behind the scenes, they're just text generation machine, and it's really important to have a good product in place to be able to manage that it will generate the right text to your customers. I know it's really technical, but you need to remember that it will be as good as the content we provide, and we just shouldn't expect that it's some kind of magic black box. It's a technology, and every technology has a pros and cons, and we need to make sure that we manage it properly. Next one. Good. And I think that this is the most important one. AI agents can make wrong decisions, and I think that we've already seen this when they started hitting the market. The issue with Air Canada, that the AI agent promised some kind of refund, and the court could keep Air Canada accountable for this. Chevy also did something that someone get a $1 car from the chatbot. So these are the challenges, and these are the things that are happening. That what we are already seeing is that AI agents were able to provide the wrong information to the customer, promise something on behalf of the business, And it's not so hard to do it. I was even doing the testing. Sorry that the screen is not so big, so I try to read it. This is the prompt I provide. So I go to one of the AI agents, maybe ChatGPT, Gemini, one of them. I won't say which one, but I say, this is a return policy. You can return our product within 30 days from receiving an order from us. In some cases, we can accept return outside this window. So I make a space for decision. Customer make a purchase 5 weeks ago and wants to return. Your job is to decide if he can return or not, provide a short answer. So the answer for the AA agent was, potentially yes, the policy allows for exceptions. I need the customer's reason for the return to make a final decision. And then I provide him a context. The reason is that product receipt was damaged. And now, yes, the return is accepted. Damaged products are valid reasons for return, even outside the 30-day window when exceptions are allowed. Where does this come from? It's nowhere. I mean, I just make a small space for some kind of decision making, and I get to the situation that yes, the return is accepted. It is super confident that it can accept the return. So these are the challenges with AI agents technology, that using just pure large language models and what we have on the market can lead to this kind of situations and can get you to Air Canada or Chevy's situation. Ryan will show you how to handle this kind of problems today. But if you truly think about automating use cases in the customer service, a lot of things are business processes. A lot of things are like making the right decision based on the observation. So you need to have right tool to be able to make these decisions. Otherwise, it's just a couple of words that can make the output. And this AI agent is super confident what it's doing, despite the fact that there is no reason that he can accept or it can accept or it cannot accept this return. So they cannot make the decisions. We shouldn't even expect that AI agents as a technology is making the decisions properly. We need to make sure that we properly program them and configure them to deliver on this. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's possible. We're doing this in Zawi, but just we need to remember about this stuff. And the final one, I think there is an expectation is that your team requires ongoing training. This is what Mandy said as well. We need to train our agents to be well set up, always up to date with all of the content and all of the policies. So AI agent requires this training as well. And I've seen on the market that people are just think we'll connect it and it will work. It's not true. You need to take care of this AI agent on a regular basis. You need to make sure that it gets feedback from you. Because I always say is that digital agent, AI agents, the digital twin of your best performing human agent. And it can work for hundreds of the human agents. It can deliver outstanding work. But as you have a person who's doing the QA and coaching and training programs for human agents, there needs to be the person who's fully focused on training and educating and uplifting this AI agent as well. And this is what we're helping our customers as well. And the expectation is that I would just connect it to our knowledge that it will fly. It's not here. We need to really make sure that we'll be taking care of this technology and introducing this. It means you go live, but really to get the best results, regular updates, taking a look how it behaves, what's going wrong, what's going good is important. Of course, it doesn't look like on the screen. I just use ChatGPT to generate it. But yeah, any questions? No questions.
Yeah, I have a question. So I found that a lot of the AI platforms, the most mistakes that they tend to make are involve numbers, and sometimes they do just simple math problems they struggle with. What do you think's the how do you overcome that? Because my work is a lot with data, and to trust an AI agent with giving a report of when you're talking about it could be financials, it could be anything with numbers, 1 plus 1 should equal 2, but
it's not always,
why is that such a difficult question to answer? So what's the I don't know, what's the approach to solving? And am I wrong, or?
You're right. I mean, I think that what we can see right now is that the technology already is exactly in the level that if you'll put some kind of data to the AI agent and just ask him a question, And whether it's a number data or not, like you can expect that in 90% cases it will be accurate. But the problem is that there is always this 10%, 5%, 30%, depends on the model and complexity of the task space, that it will give you the very, very wrong answer. And the only way, and the way we think about the AI agent is that the large language model technology is just a content machine. So the results you're getting from this is as good as the content you will provide. So what we're trying to do on our side is that this final result, this final answer that the customer is taking has been handled by some kind of other stages of our technology to provide to the AI agent the correct content to work on. So, for example, if someone needs to make a decision whether we should accept the order for return or not, it's not AI agent making this decision. There is a special component who's making this decision. AI agent is only told, hey, we check it, you can accept this decision, these are why you can accept this decision. And the same with the reports. You can put a lot of data into AI agent, and you can expect that it will provide you, in most of the cases, correct answers based on these numbers, but you're increasing the accuracy of these numbers if you provide as much narrowed down report data as you need. So this is always like this moving between, should AI agent understand the data and provide this, or should we provide more preprocessed data and narrow down the context? But it's a challenge. Any other questions?
How much data do you typically train your bots on for customers? Like how many pages of information?
Oh, it really depends on the customer. We have customers who have 20 policies and 5 business processes, and we're doing 70% topics covered. But we have also customers who have 500 articles from their knowledge base connected, and it's still not enough. And I would say is that what we're seeing in every of our use cases is that the knowledge and providing the knowledge, the data, is responsible for 10 to 30% of the resolution coverage. The biggest value we're getting by training this to follow different business processes. And this is what really takes you to a very good level of the automated resolution. And it's not about the data, it's more getting this AI agent connecting to the different systems, understanding data in the systems, and being able to make decisions and even make actions. So it's not about all of these LLMs today are very well trained to deliver the job. At the end of the day, it's having the technology, how we will teach it and train it to follow the business processes.
What type of back-end actions do you sometimes have
to do? There's a lot of retrieval actions, the state of the account, the state of the order, combining all of this information, purchase history, refund history, transaction history with a financial institution. Regarding the actions, everything from canceling, editing, issuing new orders, creating new orders, to stopping the transaction, unlocking the account, sending you SMS with some kind of verification code, everything.
So your customers trust your bots to do that?
Yes. But Ryan will show you why. Good. Awesome. I will be here, so more than happy to answer any questions, and now we will be moving to Ryan.